My beloved child, I know that you have been walking through this season with a guarded heart, silently convinced that it is only a matter of time before you are too much for everyone, including me. You have started believing that love always has limits, a breaking point where patience runs out and the door is quietly closed, because that is what the world has taught you to expect. You watch for signs of rejection like a storm watcher scanning the horizon, terrified that one wrong move or one moment of weakness will cause the tide of affection to recede, leaving you stranded and alone on the shore. But I want you to listen to the sound of my voice and the rhythm of my heart today, because I am here to tell you that my love is not a shallow pool that dries up in the heat of your struggle. It is deeper than any ocean you can imagine. You have lived so much of your life measuring out your behavior, carefully calculating how much of your true self you can reveal before it becomes a burden to those around you. You operate under the heavy assumption that you are tolerated rather than treasured, and that your presence is conditional on your ability to be perfect, pleasant, and problem-free. This constant vigilance has left you exhausted, walking on eggshells in your own life, afraid that if you put your full weight down, the floor will give way beneath you. But I need you to know that you do not have to hold your breath in my presence. You can exhale fully. You can rest your full weight on my promises, and you will find that the foundation of my love is solid rock that will never crumble under the pressure of your reality. I see the way you look at the ocean, mesmerized by its vastness and its power, feeling a strange sense of comfort in something that is so much bigger than your problems. That longing you feel when you stand at the water's edge is actually a spiritual echo, a deep resonance with the kind of love you were created to exist within. You were not made for small, contained, conditional affection that fits neatly into a box. You were made for a love that is boundless, wild, and consuming in the most beautiful way. When I say I love you, I am not offering a contract based on your performance. I am offering an ocean of grace that has no shoreline and no bottom, a love that surrounds you completely and buoys you up when you are too tired to swim. There is a specific weariness in your soul that comes from trying to survive on surface-level interactions, the kind of polite chit-chat that never touches the true state of your heart. You crave depth the way a starving man craves bread, yet you often find yourself in environments where vulnerability is viewed as a weakness, and emotions are treated as inconveniences. You sit in crowded rooms feeling profoundly alone because no one is asking the real questions, and no one seems to want to hear the real answers. This hunger for depth is not a flaw in your design. It is a sign that you are a deep vessel created to be filled with the deep things of God, and I am the only one who can satisfy that craving. You have grown tired of shallow affection, the kind that smiles to your face but disappears the moment you have a need that is inconvenient or messy. You have learned the hard way that many people love the idea of you or the things you do for them, but they do not know how to love the complexity of your soul. This has caused you to retreat, to pull back your energy, and to hoard your heart because you are terrified of casting your pearls before those who will not value them. But do not let the shallowness of others make you cynical about love itself. My love is not like theirs, for I know the very depths of you, and I have chosen to set my affection upon you permanently. I notice how peace has become more attractive to you than intensity, how you are no longer impressed by the loud, the flashy, or the dramatic. You used to chase the highs of emotional intensity, thinking that chaos was a sign of passion, but now your spirit is settling into a desire for something steady and safe. You want a love that feels like a calm harbor, not a turbulent storm, and this shift is a sign of your spiritual maturity. You are learning that true love does not keep you on edge, wondering where you stand. True love settles your nervous system and anchors your soul in a peace that surpasses all understanding. You struggle with a deep-seated fear of being fully known, believing that if anyone, including me, saw the darkest corners of your mind, they would run away in horror. You curate your life, presenting a polished version to the world while hiding your shame, your doubts, and your fears in the basement of your soul. You think that intimacy is dangerous because it requires exposure, and exposure has burned you in the past. But I want you to know that I have already seen everything, every thought, every mistake, every shadow, and I have not moved an inch away from you. My love is fully informed. I know the worst about you, and I love you with the best of me. There is a part of you that is always expecting abandonment, waiting for the other shoe to drop, even when things are going well in your relationships. You analyze shifts in tone, delays in text messages, and changes in body language, interpreting them as the beginning of the end. This hypervigilance is a trauma response, a way your mind tries to protect you from the pain of being left behind again. But I want to heal that wound of rejection and replace your expectation of abandonment with an assurance of my presence. I am the God who stays, the Father who will never leave you nor forsake you, even when the mountains shake and the hills be removed. You have built walls of self-protection that are so high and so thick that they are blocking the very intimacy you are desperate to receive. You call it strength, you call it independence, but I call it a prison that keeps you isolated from the healing power of connection. You think that by needing no one, you will never be hurt, but you are also ensuring that you will never be comforted. I am asking you to gently lower the drawbridge, to take a risk on trust, and to let me come into the places you have guarded so fiercely. You do not have to defend yourself against me. I am your defender, not your attacker. I see how you have settled for crumbs of affection in the past, accepting behavior that was less than you deserved simply to avoid the crushing weight of loneliness. You convinced yourself that a little bit of love was better than no love at all, so you stayed in places where you were starving, grateful for scraps. But you are a child of the King, and you are invited to sit at the banquet table, not to beg like a dog underneath it. I want to raise your standard of what love looks like by overwhelming you with my goodness, so that you never again feel the need to settle for anything that does not honor your worth. You often feel like you are too much emotionally, too sensitive, too needy, too intense, too broken for anyone to handle for very long. You have been told to tone it down, to toughen up, and to stop feeling so deeply, and this has made you feel like a mistake. But your capacity to feel is a reflection of my own heart. I feel deeply, I love fiercely, and I grieve openly. You are not too much for me. Your big emotions fit perfectly within the vastness of my understanding. You can bring your whole self to me, the tears, the anger, the passion, and I will hold it all without flinching. I want you to understand that my love for you is not a reaction to your goodness. It is the proactive essence of who I am. You cannot earn it by praying more, serving more, or sinning less, and you cannot lose it by stumbling, falling, or failing. The ocean does not ask the sand if it is worthy to be touched by the waves. The waves come because that is what the ocean does. In the same way, my love washes over you not because of who you are, but because of who I am. You are the beloved object of my affection, and that identity is fixed and unchangeable. You are afraid that your past mistakes have disqualified you from the fullness of my plan, that you have strayed too far off the map to ever be found. You look at the wreckage of your choices and assume that I am shaking my head in disappointment, preparing to demote you. But my mercy is a current that is stronger than the riptide of your sin. It pulls you back to safety every time you drift away. There is no distance you can travel that is greater than the reach of my arm, and there is no depth of pit you can fall into that is deeper than the reach of my grace. The silence you sometimes feel is not my absence. It is simply the deep water where I am teaching you to trust without seeing. Just as the ocean has depths where the light does not penetrate yet life still thrives, there are seasons in your soul where you must learn to walk by faith and not by sight. I am holding you in the dark just as securely as I hold you in the light. Do not interpret the quiet as rejection. Interpret it as an invitation to go deeper, to find the anchor that holds within the veil. I am sustaining you in ways you cannot perceive with your natural senses. You have been carrying the heavy burden of trying to be your own savior, thinking that if you don't fix yourself, no one else will. You work tirelessly to patch up the cracks in your character, to hide your flaws, and to present a facade of togetherness. But I am the potter and you are the clay. It is my job to mold you, to repair you, and to perfect you. When you try to do my job, you only end up exhausted and frustrated. I invite you to put down the tools of self-improvement and simply rest in the hands of the master artist who knows exactly what he is making. I know that trusting feels dangerous to you because your trust has been weaponized against you in the past by broken people. You gave your heart and got it back in pieces, and now you have vowed never to be that vulnerable again. But I am asking you to trust me, not because life will be easy, but because I am good. My character is flawless, my motives are pure, and my commitment to you is eternal. You can trust me with the fragile things, with the broken things, and with the secret things. I treat your heart with the reverence it deserves. You are discovering that safe love does not demand that you shrink to fit into a smaller space. Instead, it creates a wide open space for you to grow. In the past, you felt you had to minimize your gifts, your voice, or your personality to keep the peace, but my love encourages you to expand. I want you to take up space, to shine brightly, and to become the full version of who I created you to be. Real love celebrates your growth. It is not intimidated by your strength or your success. There is a freedom waiting for you when you finally accept that you are loved as is, without fine print or hidden clauses. Imagine waking up every morning knowing that you are fully approved, fully accepted, and fully delighted in, before your feet even hit the floor. This is the reality I want you to live in, a reality where your worth is settled and your security is guaranteed. You do not have to hustle for your value today. You simply have to receive it as a gift from a Father who adores you. I want to encourage you to name your fear out loud in prayer, to drag the monster out from under the bed and into the light of my presence. When you keep your fears silent, they grow large and powerful in your imagination. But when you speak them to me, they lose their grip. Tell me, God, I am afraid you will leave, or God, I feel unlovable. I am not offended by your honesty. I am invited by it. Truth is the place where we meet, and I can heal what you are willing to reveal. Stop negotiating for affection, trying to make deals with me or with others to secure a place in their hearts. You do not need to barter your service, your body, or your talents in exchange for love. Love is your birthright as my child. When you catch yourself trying to buy approval, stop and remind yourself that the price has already been paid at the cross. You are not a hired servant working for wages. You are an heir inheriting a kingdom. Walk with the dignity of someone who knows they belong. I invite you to receive love slowly, one safe step at a time, if that is all you can manage right now. You do not have to dive into the deep end today. You can just dip your toes in the water of my grace. Read one verse that speaks of my love, and let it sit with you all day. Whisper one prayer of trust. Take one moment to feel the sun on your face and acknowledge it as a kiss from heaven. Healing is a journey, and I am patient enough to walk it at your pace. Remember that the ocean is vast and mysterious, and there will be aspects of my ways that you will not understand on this side of eternity. But just because you cannot see the other shore does not mean you are lost. It means you are in something bigger than your limited perspective. Trust the captain of your soul to steer the ship. You do not need to know the entire map. You only need to know the one who holds the compass. I am guiding you to a haven of rest. You have spent so much time feeling like an orphan in spirit, looking in through the windows of other people's happiness, wondering why you were left outside. But the door to my house has always been unlocked for you. I have been waiting for you to realize that you are already home. You are not a guest, you are family. You have a room prepared, a seat at the table, and a father who watches the road for your return. Come in from the cold of isolation and warm yourself by the fire of my love. Whatever mistake you are replaying in your mind right now, whatever regret is stinging your heart, I want you to drop it into the ocean of my forgiveness. Watch it sink like a stone, disappearing forever into the depths of the sea, never to be retrieved again. I keep no record of wrongs for those who are in Christ. Your slate is clean, your debt is paid, and your future is spotless. Do not go fishing for things that I have thrown away. You are free. I am rewriting the narrative of your life, changing the title from abandoned to cherished, from rejected to chosen. You have let your wounds name you for too long, but now I am giving you a new name that reflects my truth. You are the beloved. You are the apple of my eye. You are my treasure. Let these names sink into your identity until they replace the lies you have believed. You are who I say you are, and I say you are mine. The depth of my love means that I am committed to your wholeness, even if the process of healing is uncomfortable or painful at times. Salt water stings when it cleanses a wound, but it also brings healing. In the same way, my truth may sting when it touches the lies you have lived by, but it is setting you free. Trust the sting. It is the evidence that the medicine is working. I am restoring your soul, piece by piece, until you are vibrant and whole again. You have looked for validation in your achievements, your appearance, and your bank account, but those things are like building castles in the sand. Eventually, the tide comes in and washes them away. I want you to build your house on the rock of my unconditional love, a foundation that no storm can erode. When you know you are loved regardless of what you do, you are invincible. You are free to succeed and free to fail, because neither outcome changes your value. I know you often feel invisible, like you could disappear, and the world would keep spinning without missing a beat. But to me, you are the focal point of my creation. I see your rising and your sitting. I know your thoughts from afar, and I count the hairs on your head. You are never invisible to the God who made you. My eyes are constantly upon you, not with judgment, but with adoration. You are the protagonist in the love story I am writing. Let go of the need to understand everything, the need to have a logical explanation for every twist and turn in your life. Faith is the ability to float in the ocean of my mystery, without drowning in anxiety. It is trusting that the current of my will is taking you exactly where you need to go, even if it feels like you are drifting. I am in control of the tides, and I am in control of your destiny. Relax and let me carry you. You crave a love that is permanent, in a world where everything seems temporary and disposable. People change, feelings fade, and seasons shift, but I am the Lord and I do not change. My love is the one constant in your universe, the North Star that you can navigate by when everything else is spinning. You can stake your life on my faithfulness. I was here before you were born, I am here now, and I will be here forever. I am breaking the chains of shame that have bound you, the whispers that say you are damaged goods and unworthy of a great love. You are not damaged, you are a masterpiece in progress. The cracks in your life are simply the places where my light can shine through the brightest. I am not looking for a perfect vessel, I am looking for an open one. Your brokenness does not repel me, it draws my compassion. When you feel overwhelmed by the waves of life, remember that I am the master of the storm. I can speak peace, be still to the chaos in your mind just as easily as I spoke it to the Sea of Galilee. You do not have to fight the waves alone. You can wake me up in the boat of your heart. I am always with you, even in the hurricane. My presence is your peace, and my power is your protection. You have been thirsty for a long time, drinking from broken cisterns that hold no water, trying to quench your soul's thirst with things that do not satisfy. But I am the living water, and I am inviting you to drink deeply from the well that never runs dry. Come to me with your thirst, your longing, your dissatisfaction, and let me fill you until you overflow. My love is the only thing that fits the God-shaped hole in your heart. Do not be afraid of the depth of your own need. Your need is the capacity I created for my abundance. The deeper the valley, the more water it can hold. Your emptiness is simply the preparation for a great filling. Do not despise your weakness, for it is the perfect platform for my strength. The more you need me, the more you will experience the reality of my provision. You are designed to be dependent on me. I am teaching you the rhythm of grace, the ebb and flow of resting and receiving, rather than striving and achieving. You have been swimming upstream for so long, fighting the current, trying to make things happen by your own power. I am inviting you to turn over on your back and float downstream in the river of my will. My grace is sufficient for you, and my power is made perfect in your weakness. Listen closely. You can never outfail my mercy. You think there is a limit, a line in the sand that once crossed renders you unlovable, but that line does not exist in my kingdom. My mercy is new every morning. It resets with the rising sun. No matter how many times you have fallen, my hand is stretched out to catch you. I am the God of the second chance, the third chance, the millionth chance. You worry about the future, about whether you will be alone, whether you will have enough, whether you will make it. But I am already in your future, preparing the way, leveling the mountains, and smoothing the rough places. My love goes before you as a vanguard, and behind you as a rear guard. You are hemmed in by my goodness. You do not need to fear tomorrow, because I am already there. The intimacy you fear is actually the cure for your pain. You think that keeping people at a distance keeps you safe, but it only keeps you lonely. I am calling you to take the risk of intimacy with me, to open the door of your heart wide and let the King of Glory come in. I will not trample your heart, I will treasure it. I will not expose your secrets to hurt you, I will cover them with my blood. My love is active, not passive. It is not just a feeling I have for you. It is a force that is constantly working on your behalf. It protects, it provides, it guides, and it corrects. It is a relentless pursuit that tracked you down when you were running away and brought you home. You are the prize I won at Calvary, and I do not lose what I have purchased with such a high price. You have equated love with performance for so long that you don't know how to simply be. You think you have to be doing something, serving, giving, achieving, to justify your existence. But I loved you before you did a single thing for me. I loved you when you were knit together in your mother's womb. My love is for your being, not your doing. You are valuable simply because you exist. I see the tears you cry in the shower, the ones no one else sees, the ones that come from a place of deep exhaustion and loneliness. I collect those tears in a bottle. They are precious to me. They are a prayer without words, a liquid offering of your heart's pain. I am the God of all comfort, and I am near to the brokenhearted. You are not crying alone. I am weeping with you. There is no depth of ocean that I cannot reach, and there is no depth of sin or shame that I cannot redeem. You may feel like you are drowning in darkness, but even the darkness is as light to me. I can find you in the abyss of depression, in the pit of addiction, or in the cave of fear. I am the rescue swimmer who dives into the roughest waters to save my child. You are safe with me. I want you to repeat that until you believe it. You are safe. I am not a volatile human who lashes out in anger. I am the slow to anger, abounding in love God. My mood does not swing. My character does not shift. You can build your life on the bedrock of my safety. I am your refuge and your fortress, a very present help in times of trouble. Stop comparing your journey to others, thinking that they are loved more because their lives look easier. You do not see the battles they fight in secret, and you do not know the unique plan I have for your life. My love is not a pie that gets divided up. It is infinite. I love you with an undivided heart, as if you were the only person on earth. You have my full attention. I am asking you to let go of the control you cling to so tightly. You think control keeps you safe, but it only keeps you anxious. True safety is found in surrender, in opening your hands and saying, "Not my will, but yours be done." When you surrender to the ocean of my love, you stop fighting the waves and start riding them. It is a much more beautiful way to live. You are loved deeper than you can comprehend, deeper than your past, deeper than your pain, deeper than your deepest fear. My love penetrates to the dividing line of soul and spirit, joints and marrow. It heals the wounds you don't even know you have. It restores the years the locusts have eaten. It makes all things new. You are being remade by love. The enemy wants you to believe that you are unlovable, that you are too damaged, that you are a lost cause. He whispers these lies to keep you from your destiny. But I am the truth that silences the lies. You are lovely to me. You are desired. You are wanted. Do not listen to the accuser. Listen to the lover of your soul. My voice is the one that matters. Every time you see the ocean, or a vast lake, or even a deep river, let it be a reminder of this message. Let nature preach to you about my nature. The vastness, the power, the mystery, the depth, it is all a picture of my heart for you. You are surrounded by reminders of my love, if you only have eyes to see them. The whole earth is full of my glory. I am patient with your process. I do not demand instant perfection. I delight in steady progress. I celebrate the small steps you take toward trust. I see the effort it takes for you to open up, and I honor that courage. We are on a journey together, and I am enjoying the walk with you. I am not rushing you. I am walking beside you. Your sensitivity is a gift, not a curse. It allows you to perceive my presence in ways others miss. It makes you a conduit of my compassion to a hurting world. Do not harden your heart to protect it. Give it to me to protect. I will keep it soft and pliable, yet strong and resilient. Your tender heart is beautiful to me. I want you to practice receiving love this week. When someone gives you a compliment, say, "Thank you," instead of deflecting it. When someone offers help, say yes instead of "I've got it." Practice letting love in. It is a spiritual discipline to receive. You are breaking the agreement with unworthiness every time you accept kindness. There is nothing you can do to make me love you more, and nothing you can do to make me love you less. My love is at maximum capacity at all times. It is a constant variable in the equation of your life. Rest in that stability. Stop trying to move the needle of my affection. It is already pinned to eternal. I am calling you deeper. Deeper into trust, deeper into peace, deeper into joy. Do not stay in the shallows of fear. Launch out into the deep. There are treasures in the deep that cannot be found on the shore. I am inviting you to an adventure of faith where you will discover just how wide and long and high and deep is the love of Christ. You are my beloved child, and that will never change. Adoption into my family is permanent. You are not a foster child. You are a forever child. You have the family name, the family authority, and the family inheritance. Walk with the confidence of royalty. You belong to the King of Kings. Whenever you feel the fear rising, whisper my name. Jesus, there is power in that name to calm the storm. It is a prayer in itself. It reminds your spirit of who is in charge. Use my name as a shield against the fiery darts of the enemy. I will answer when you call. I am proud of you. I know you don't hear that enough, so I am telling you now. I am proud of you for keeping going, for trying, for seeking me. I see your heart, and it is beautiful to me. You are doing better than you think you are. Be gentle with yourself, for I am gentle with you. Let this truth settle in your bones. You are loved. You are loved. You are loved. Let it be the rhythm of your breathing, the beat of your heart. It is the truest thing about you. It is your identity, your purpose, and your destiny. You are the object of a divine obsession. My love is the anchor that holds within the veil. When the world is shaking, hold on to the anchor. It is secured in eternity. You will not drift away. You will not be lost at sea. You are tethered to my heart with cords of loving kindness that cannot be broken. Take a deep breath now. Inhale my grace. Exhale your fear. Inhale my peace. Exhale your worry. Let your physical body respond to this spiritual truth. Relax your shoulders, unclench your jaw. You are held. You are safe. You are loved. I am with you always, even to the end of the age. That is my promise, and I cannot lie. You will never face a day alone. You will never face a battle alone. You will never face a tear alone. I am the God of the witness. I am with you now, and I will be with you forever. If you have felt the waves of my love washing over you during this message, do not let this feeling fade. Stay close to the water. Keep coming back to the source. You need daily reminders of your worth, because the world will try to make you forget. Make it a habit to listen to my voice. I invite you to stay connected here with Eternal Soul Whispers, not as a command, but as a lifeline for your heart. By subscribing, you are simply positioning yourself to receive more of this encouragement, to keep your soul watered in the drought. Let us walk this journey into the deep together. You are loved deeper than any ocean, now and forever. Amen.